What is going on, traders, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm glad to have you. On this channel, I'll go over key levels and catalysts that I'm focusing on, along with a watch list of stock tickers that I may trade. In this video, I'll be going over my watch list for the trading week of March 13th, 2023. Let's get to it. Alright, first up, the catalyst. Now, even though we have several economic reports coming out this week, the big stories are going to be the fallout from the Silcon Valley Bank and how it could affect the overall banking industry, and the CPI data that comes out on Tuesday. So be smart this week and let's see how this all shakes out. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at this week's earnings calendar. Alright, so even though we have Adobe, Dollar General, and Academy Sports reporting this week, the only chart that I liked was FedEx. So we'll cover that one and a few others that could be in play this week. Let's get started with the watch list. Alright, so the first one we're going to look at is the S&P 500 ETF, ticker symbol SPY. And here I have it zoomed in on the 4-hour chart. Now the levels that I'm going to be watching for this one is going to be between $375 and $388. You can see that $388 was a resistance that became support. Now on Friday we broke beneath $388 and it bounced, and right now we're sitting at $386 or so. Now in order for me to consider it bullish, the SPY has to get above and hold $388, and if it can, the first level I'm looking for to test is going to be around $390. If it can get above that, all the way up to around $399.50. Now on the bearish side, if the SPY cannot get above and hold $388, the first level I'm looking for to test is going to be around $384.50. If it can't hold that, down to around $378.50. And if it can't hold that, the bottom of this range around $375. So keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. Alright, up next is FedEx, the global courier and delivery service company that operates in more than 220 countries and territories worldwide. FedEx has a fleet of over 670 aircraft and more than 200,000 vehicles, which handles millions of shipments daily. Let's take a look at that chart. Alright, so here we have FedEx, ticker symbol FDX, pulled up on the 4-hour time frame. Now the company reports earnings after the market closes on Thursday, and right now we're sitting around $201. Now the level that I'm going to be watching is $200. If we look left, you can see 200 has been a nice support level for FedEx in the past, alright? And with last week's sell-off, we're sitting right there once again. Now in order for me to consider it bullish, it has to hold 200. And if it can, the first level I'm looking for it to test is $215. Now on the bearish side, if FedEx cannot hold 200, the first level I'm looking for it to test is the bottom of this range right here, around $193. And if it can't hold that, down to around $184.50. All right, so keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. Up next, let's take a look at the banking sector. With the concerns of a possible run on banks this week, I feel it's appropriate to take a look at some possible outcomes. Now, rather than focusing on an individual bank, let's take a look at an ETF that covers most of the major banks. Alright, so here we have the Spider Financial ETF, ticker symbol XLF, on the 4-hour time frame. Now with the stock sitting around $33 right now, in order for me to consider it bullish, it has to hold that level. If it can, the first level I'm looking for it to test is around $34. If it can get above that, $34.50. If it can get above that, all the way up to $36. Now if we look left, you can see 36 has been a very strong resistance area for this ticker, all right, and it was rejected at this point as recently as Tuesday, and it was in a free fall for the remainder of the week, getting all the way down to around $32. So if it gets this high, we'll be looking for a rejection at this point once again. Now on the bearish side, if XLF cannot hold $33, the first level I'm looking for it to test is $32. If it can't hold that, $31. And if it can't hold that, all the way down to around $29.50. All right, so keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. All right, up next is Meta Platforms, a social media and technology company which owns Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Message. Meta's revenue primarily comes from advertising on its platforms, but has recently been invested in virtual and augmented reality. Let's take a look at its chart. All right, so here we have Meta Platforms, ticker symbol META, pulled up on the 4-hour time frame. Now the reason this one made the watch list is for a possible play to the downside. Now if we look over here, 183.75 was a resistance area in the past, and we rejected here once again on Friday. And when it rejected, it closed within this gap here from $180.50 down to $153.50 that was created on this nice earnings run this past February. Now, what I'm going to be looking for this upcoming week, if Meta cannot get above 180.50, I'm looking for it to drop down and test around $173. If it can't hold that, down to around 170. And if it can't hold that, we can look left here. There's no support in this area all the way down to around $155.25. And you can see that's a very strong support level. It has been a strong support level in the past. So keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. All right, and the last one we're going to look at is Tesla, known for its innovative and high performance electric cars such as the Model S, the Model X, the Model 3, Model Y, and soon the Cybertruck. The company also produces energy storage systems, solar panels, and other renewable energy products. Let's go ahead and take a look at its chart. All right, so here's Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA, pulled up on the 4-hour time frame. Now these are the same levels that we had in last week's video. We were looking at the $200 level, and if it got rejected, we were looking for it to drop down to test 190. If it couldn't hold 190, all the way down to around 176.50. Now this week, we're looking at these same levels once again. Now on the bullish side, if Tesla can break and hold 176.50, I'm looking for it to run up to around 190. If it can get above 190, all the way up to around $200. Now on the bearish side, if Tesla cannot break and hold 176.50, I'm looking for it to drop down to around 163.25. And if it can't hold that, down to around 154.50. So keep these levels on your watch list and let's see what happens. And that is the end of the video. If you found value, smash that like button and please consider subscribing to the channel. I set up a website at blazestocks.com where I post my videos, screenshots of stocks that didn't make the video, along with personal finance articles. Check it out and bookmark it when you get a chance. Now here's wishing you a prosperous week of trading, and until next week, talk to you later.